Welcome back, everyone. Thank you if anyone has joined me again for more shenanigans and piss taking of Resident Evil from Netflix. Then thank you very much. It was one of my most. I'm in the tens of fans now, so I love it. I'm going to do 2 episodes in one, so some of you will be cheering, and some of you will be really sad that there's not enough of me, only because there's so much to talk about and take the piss out of, but they keep getting interrupted by too many flashbacks, which is really irritating. Zombies as a genre. Not sure. Maybe George Romero. Maybe.
Civil unrest. Families are being ripped apart.
Containment is not very likely.
Prepare your families, know your evacuation route.
The survival rate is now approximately 1 in 500.
Violence erupted in the city center tonight, the third incident in as many days.
Martial law has been declared in 28 nations.
Anyway, so here we go. Episode 2. So she's jumped off the ramparts at the end of episode 1, about 30 foot up. She's giving it some of that slow motion on the way down. How's she going to get away with this? The zombies are soft. I thought she might have fell on them. No, she falls onto a car roof, rolls over on the windshield, on the body, onto the floor. The zombies are around. Now, at this point in time, to get away with that kind of shit, you need to be Angelina. You need to look the part. You need to be there needs to be a bit about you. And I'm sorry, even if you think she's a great actress, I forget her, Brady, I call her because of her hair. If you think, all right, you might think she's a good actress, but she's no action hero. She just doesn't look the part. I'm sorry. She just is not convincing in that role. And it can be done. And I'm going to use a lot of comparisons in this video against Walking Dead, which I think is fair. That rocked and rolled from the first series of 6 episodes onwards, and that is the gold standard. When they all sat around the table to create Resident Evil, this Netflix lot they're obviously children because they can't tell an adult story to save their fucking lives. Someone must have put their hand up and said, "Have any of us seen Walking Dead?" Fuck me, one of them must have, because that's what you're going up against, surely? No? Or let's just do a little girl with nice hair fucking about. We're introduced to the new bad lady in the flash. These are the flashbacks now. And she's really mean and moody. No, she's about as threatening as a wet chicken leg. But no, she's their dad's bot, and oh my God, it's so dull. But anyway, so she falls on the floor, the zombies around, grr, grr, rah, rah, and she's, a few of them, and a bloke that we've only seen once for 5 minutes, who's with the foragers, whatever they're called, I don't know what they're called. One of these foragers that she's met last episode, he's had a change of heart. He wants to be a good guy now. He steams in with the Land Rover and rescues her. There she is on the roof. And this is all done in darkness with a little orange or red light. Do you remember us all sitting there waiting for Game of Thrones Series 8 and waiting for the mega battle to finish? We're all thinking, oh yeah, this is gonna be it now. Oh yes, beer, nuts, wine gums, give me it. Game of Thrones, large. And they went, look at this little battle in the dark with some torches. End. Thank you, Mummy, for buying me this book. Made prefect today. Well, the creative table for Resident Evil certainly did take a leaf out of their book, because there's a point where they've got this CGI effect of a zombie in the dark, like a silhouette going in front of the. Well, it's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, this is all standard. Making a film 101, but they use the same one again and again. They've gone, oh, they look really cool, man. They're all sitting around the computer. They look really good. That effect of a zombie going like that all the time. It's the same one. Unless it's like in the old silent movie days when instead of getting loads of extras like in an army film, they're all marching to war. In these silent films, the same person would run around behind the camera and come back to join the end of the queue. So it looks like there's hundreds of them going, all marching to war. Fuck my old boots, is it shit, man? This show is just so pathetic. They try to go for a little bit of a Children of Men vibe in one scene. But you've just got a bloke on a barbecue. It closes up on the flame. You think, why? Oh, because, this is going to waste at least 3 minutes before we meet Cat Lady. And Cat Lady, her husband, she's got a really posh voice. She lives in the middle of the Children of Men scene. And she's got all these cats. We don't know why. But guess why? Because she feeds them to her zombie husband in the kitchen, in the bathroom, who's got a notepad in his pocket. And now he's a zombie and she's got to go and get it. So, again, this is where this programme isn't written by adults. Either that or these jokes are falling so flat. That they really are falling flat. Because the next thing we hear him going, in the bathroom. And she kicks when she finds out she needs this notebook now. Barry, his name is. Barry the zombie. I've got to get that notebook off of Barry the zombie. Bang! The door comes open and she's got she's got a cycling helmet on. She's got the TV Times sellotape round her arm, which all right, fair enough. If a dog's going to attack, I get it. Cycling helmet, not so much. And a baking tray. And she whacks Barry the zombie round the head with a baking tray and checks his first pocket. In the meanwhile, he's getting right up and now he's pulling his arm off the handcuff. Where the Cat Lady got handcuffed? Let's not go there. That's a different video. He's pulling his arm because it's all obviously all decaying. He's a zombie, so and he wants to get her now. And he wants to take it out on the wife because he kind of pulls his hand off from the handcuffs, gets Brady out of the way and goes straight for the wife because obviously he's a bit pissed off now that he's been kept in the bathroom all the time. Anyway, he dies because a nice gory scene actually gets a big spike. Why she didn't, whatever spike it was that she does him in with, and all the blood goes on the Barry's wife goes. To be fair, that's a nice gratuitous zombie scene. We want to have it, but why didn't she take that weapon in? I thought she could only find a baking tray a minute before, but that was funny, weren't it? No, it wasn't fucking funny. It is about as funny as old Chubby, the umbrella Chubby. It's about as funny as him. It is so lame. One thing I will say that I did really, really like at the end of this episode, they used a song called Bodies by the Sex Pistols, and they'd obviously paid a bit of dough for it because it more or less went through the entire song. So anything with a bit of Sex Pistols in it is all right by me. But that was the last 2 minutes, unfortunately. So just fast forward or just get the whole video up on YouTube. So we're on to episode 3 now. That's it. So she's trying to get, it's the Children Men thing where she's trying to get out of England and all the rest of it. Now we're on to episode 3. God, and it's just flashback central. Like the opening scene is them getting attacked now. And all right, I know it's on a budget, and they kind of handled it well with a ping off this container. I think it might have been the container she was hiding in episode 1, but anyway. And here he is. Here he is, our threatening protagonist. I don't know what, Irish fella, he's probably a good actor. The character is so poorly written, badly directed. It can't be down to him because, well, we don't see nothing of him really. We just see him being pathetic. and it just don't work. There's a bit in it, and he's surrounded by all these Halo guys from another franchise, and they're all the Umbrella, and they've got all the armour on, right? And he's in his suit, he's always in his suit and tie, and he's bursting out a bit of it like I would probably do as well if I wore a suit one size too small or bought it. If I'd have bought it 6 months ago, actually, it'd probably be too small for me now, to be fair. But if I worked for the Umbrella Corporation, I think I'd be buying a suit every time I expanded a bit. Anyway, I digress. He turns up in one scene, and he's got a gun as well now, so now he's in action. So he's trying to portray the strong, and all-powerful Umbrella bloke that, you know, you can't get away from. He should just be standing there letting all the guys do the work. Wouldn't that be a bit more intimidating, a bit more lifelike, a bit more... I know this isn't the real world, but wouldn't it be more believable for us to get sucked into this world of Resident Evil? But I suppose it wouldn't be funny, because it is hilarious. And then another flashback. And then when you're back, here we go. We're talking to a Del Boy trafficker now. It's literally... I'm a geekyOlhog, and I remember a series called Minder, and you had Terry, who was the Minder, and Arthur Daly, who was the old-fashioned spiv. It was in the 70s, so you still in England you still had this hangover from the World War II spivs, with a little thin moustache and the little hat, and you know the black market stuff, and they had bits and bobs. And this trafficker. Again, it's another character that just misses the mark so badly. It just isn't the time for levity or a little bit. Everything is wrong. Everything falls wrong. They hardly get anything right. Now they're in a tunnel. Brady's managed to get through. She's in with her family now. I think she rescued them. I don't know if I dozed off or I was still trying to think about the flashbacks or writing a note down of witty comment for this video. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. They're in the tunnel now. I assume it's a Channel tunnel in this vehicle. Yeah. That's getting Chubby's back again, and with all the geezers. It's all in the dark again with one red light. I mean, it must have been as cheap as chips to film this crap, I tell you. And he's got this family, his mum, dad, one boy. Brady finds out. Zombie, isn't he? He's on his way. He's on the turn. Her torch on the top of her gun. She comes back and says, "What's the matter, guys?" And he goes, "What?" And he goes, "Arr!" She goes, "What the fuck? What the fuck, man?" Now, yes, this is wrong. Like, at that moment, even make the character just go to the lot of them, and I'm off, which would be your anti-hero-y kind of thing, but that would be harsh but fair. A bit like Carol in Walking Dead, like I say. She was hardcore, and this is how you can do strong heroines. You know, Lara Croft, all right, a bit of a throwaway computer game, but compare this shit that Brady does. Like, she's so irritating that you just don't... There's a scene at the end of episode 3 where she gets... And they can't... I don't know if they slowed it down a bit. A bloke with his AK-47, and you know he's going to knock her out. And I was going, yes! When he go, boof, I thought, oh, yeah, that's one of the best scenes in the whole fucking programme. Because she's so horrible. There's nothing about her. In the flashbacks with her sister, that's the two actresses doing that are getting something going. Like, there is that connection with them and their high school days and all that. But now, do you want to tell us that fucking story of them in Rabbit City, or do you want us to follow this? And I know they're going to tie it all up again. It's going to tie it miles and hours, but they get there in the end. And I know these flashbacks are injected in there to resonate with things that are going on that aren't yet seen yet, because by the end of episode 3, you see why one of the flashbacks, and spoiler alert in case I didn't write it on the thumbnail, but spoiler alert, her sister in the flashbacks gets bitten. But what they do is they're assuming we're so fucking thick. She's with this family, Brady's with this family in the tunnel. having to deal with a kid being infected, right? But to get any kind of emotional strength to the scene, they've got to do the flashback. They've got to go to us. Look, wasn't it sad when her sister got...
Oh yeah, you found an alien life form, all right. Look at this alien. Whoa.
infected, and it was sad. Fast forward. Isn't it sad that Brady has to deal with a child? She's got about as much empathy as a chicken who knows it's nearly Sunday. Now, it has been done before. Without dialogue, in series 2 of Walking Dead, I know if you're bored, my comparisons to Walking Dead will go watch it and switch this one off. Unless you're fancying the laugh. But in a way, the laughter is ebbing away now. My laughter's ebbing away, and it's kind of getting under my skin a bit because I'm thinking it can be fucking done. Sophia in Walking Dead, Carol, her arc, I know it took series and series and series, but she was fucking hardcore, Carol. And it can, I know I keep saying it, but it's not me moaning about a little girl can't do it. All the heroes got to be men. No, I do not mean that one iota. And Maggie and Carol's characters prove it, amongst others. Old, what's her name with the swords and that. It proves it can be done well with adult creators. They might be young adults, but they're not still... Oh, I'm not going to go there. Anyway, so the flashback, they give us the fucking flashback to add resonance to the scene, you know, duplicated in the theatre. Because it just can't be, she can't handle it in an adult way because she's a child herself, and then she fucks off, leaves them both there in the tunnel. Because the mum obviously won't go. But that's fine, but that scene could have really, when Carl was dying in Walking Dead, in a tunnel, in the dark, beautifully handled. This shit, a couple of minutes later, she's walking up the stairs, getting ready to get clubbed, which was nice. And also, they had to put, as if we hadn't realised already how sad all this is, and I don't know if they're being ironic and all, the song, We're Only Human After All, overlaid on the soundtrack. Not by the original, whoever did it, the original fella. Actually, he might be, thinking about it, he might be the fella who's playing the villain. No, he's not, I don't think he is. No. I think, no. Anyway, they have to do. Oh yeah, look at Mr. Good-looking Tom Cruise. I suppose they'll have a sequel banged out in 2 years' time as well. Because that's what they're like, they're greedy. A flashback and play a theme tune, a pop song theme tune with "You're Only Human After All." And then I got it. I was like, oh yeah. Oh, now I'm sad. Have we got another flashback before the credits roll, maybe? Can't wait for episode 4. In between all the flashbacks and all this, you can attack it as a hilarious, the new bad lady, like a Bond villain, but not. Like the flashbacks on the business side of it, so they're in Rabbit City, and all the business side of it with old Whiskers, old Arnold Whiskers, whatever his name is, the fella from what was he called? Old black fellow who's playing Anthony Whiskers. That doesn't matter. But all the business side of the Umbrella Corporation. Oh yeah, he could just be Austin Powers. He really could be Austin Powers, and it's so boring and shit. Again, she's trying to be a smooth operator and cold and calculating. She looks all right, to be fair. Looks all right. Look, she looks like yeah, all right. I could put up with some. No, I'm not going to go there. Let's keep this video light. But my God, they're about as intimidating as a hamster with a beak. So see if you can enjoy. If you haven't seen it, episodes 2 and 3, and you've just been waiting for my video after the first one to go and watch the next 2 episodes, and I'm going to do one more video to roll it all up, because I can, unless the hilarity levels go up a little bit, I think it's ebbing away. It's ebbing away. But thanks again, everyone. Adios.
Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.